I'm over here looking a hot mess, y'all. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sydney James, and today I'm back with another video. So if y'all can't tell by the title already, today I'm gonna be doing turn on versus turn offs. So let's jump right into this video, and we're gonna start off with turn ons. So the first thing is a guy who is honest. That really turns me on. Honesty is one thing that really turns me on in a guy. I don't care how bad it is. I don't care if it hurts my feelings. I'd rather a guy be honest to me than lie to me, especially about something little, you know. So the next thing that turns me on about a guy is someone who really takes care of himself, who really has proper hygiene, and a guy who smells heavenly. But a guy who smells really good. You know, like those guys, those people who walk by and they have a trail of whatever perfume or cologne they're wearing and it smells so good. Like, that's the kind of guy I like. That turns me on. Like, if you smell good, oh my gosh. Another thing that turns me on is a guy who's really tall. I've said this plenty of times before. I'm a pretty tall girl. I'm 5'7.5". So a guy who's tall, I think yes. The camera was cutting off my head. Another thing that turns me on is a guy with a good sense of humor. If you don't have a good sense of humor, I can't really be with you. I can't even be around you. All of the friends that I have now, we all have a good sense of humor. We all make each other laugh. I need somebody that's, I'm not gonna say goofy, because I'm pretty goofy. I don't want somebody who's like goofy, but I want somebody that has a good sense of humor that can make me laugh, you know? Another thing is a guy with a good heart. Like, you genuinely have a good heart. Like, you do something because it's the right thing. Not like, you know how there's always right and wrong. You can either choose the wrong thing to do or you can choose the right thing to do. I like a guy that's going to choose the right thing to do because that's just in their nature. That's just their heart. Like, they can't do the wrong thing even if they tried. Another thing that turns me on is a guy who's smart. A guy that has good intelligence. I don't want to be around somebody who's like slow. And I'm not talking about like street smart, because there's street smart and there's book smart. I want a guy that has intelligence on book smarts. Oh, speaking of, okay. So another turn on is a guy who has a purpose in life, who has a goal, who has dreams, who has things that he wants to accomplish in life. That is like the most greatest thing a guy can have. Is he has goals for himself. He has a plan for himself. He's not just sitting around going with the flow. So someone who really has a plan for themselves and knows what they want to do in life, I can mess with that. Yeah, another thing that turns me on is a guy that has nice hands. You know how there's those guys who have long like nails and they just don't cut their nails at all? I cannot. No, like, that's not cute. A guy that takes care of their hands, take care of their feet. I don't even care if you go get your nails and feet done, just don't get no color on it and it's all good. Like, a guy who takes care of himself. That really turns me on, because I don't want to be messing with nobody whose hands and feet jacked up. Like, no, just like y'all guys don't like it when girls don't have their nails and toes done. We don't like it when your feet and your nails aren't done either. Another thing that turns me on is a guy that has really good eye contact. Like, a guy that can make eye contact with me. Like, if we're having a serious conversation, I want you to be able to look me in my eye, like eye to eye, because it shows me that you're listening to me. If we're just sitting there and we're having a conversation and you're doing all this, like, I'm gonna assume that you're not paying attention. So a guy that has good eye contact, I think that's a really good quality to have. Last turn on that I have. Okay, so the last turn on that I have is a guy that knows how to dress. And again, a guy that carries himself well. So when I say like carry himself well, that means like everything that I've said up to this point now. A guy that knows how to dress. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture. We don't want somebody looking like this. We want somebody who looks like this. You feel me? So it really doesn't matter. Like, I don't care if you have on all designer. Like, that don't faze me. Like, alright, so what, you have Gucci, so what, you have Louis Vuitton, so what, you have this, so what, you have that. I don't care about all the name brands and stuff like that. As long as you can actually dress yourself nicely, that's all that matters. Because no girl wants to be with somebody that's out here looking like a bum, you know? those were all the turn ons I have. So now we're gonna move on to the turn offs that I have. So first turn off that I have is a guy who is cocky. I cannot stand no dude that is cocky. Like, who do you think you are? Like, a guy that thinks that he's the shit. Cannot stand. No, 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 sir. Another thing that I cannot stand is a petty ass man. Like, a petty ass man. Like, what? I cannot stand people who are petty. I can barely stand women who are petty. Like, the petty woman I have to deal with, I can't even stand that. So what makes you think I'm gonna be able to stand here and stand a petty guy? Like, I cannot stand a man, like a man who is petty. Like, that's just not okay. That's a no-no. Or someone who holds grudges. I can't stand that either. If you're gonna hold grudges, you might as well just not be in my life, because holding grudges is unhealthy. Another turn off is a guy who is always jealous. You know, those types of guys where you guys are out and he gets up for a second and another guy comes up to you and starts flirting with you. Like, it's okay if you get a little bit of jealous about that, but if you're gonna get jealous for every guy I talk to, like even my friends who I've known before you, then that's the problem. Like, don't be that type of guy that's always jealous to the point where, like, oh, this is my gay best friend and we're gonna go hang out, and you're like jealous that we're gonna go hang out even though he's gay. Another type of guy I don't like is a controlling man. I cannot stand a controlling man, because it's like, I'm not your child, I'm your girlfriend, you know, so why are you trying to control me? I'm not, like, you're not my father, I'm not your daughter. So another thing is someone who is over clingy. Like, no, why do you have to be all up on me 24/7? Clinginess is annoying. Like, that's one of the biggest turnoffs I can think of. Oh no, I lied. The biggest turnoff I can think of right now is a guy who does not take care of his hygiene. Like, a guy who smells bad, a guy who's dirty. Like, say if I'm talking and I go to your house for the first time and your room is a mess. Like, no. A guy who's dirty and a guy who's like, that smells bad, I cannot stand liars. That's a huge turn off. So someone who's constantly lying, and especially if it's about little things. Why? What's the point of lying? I just don't get it. Like, I get it. It's certain things that you spin the truth on to spare people's feelings. But if you're gonna lie about the littlest things, like, oh, were you out with that girl? No, not even. Were you talking to that girl? And they're like, no, da 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 da. Like, if that's something little, like, my dude, I saw you talking to her. It's all good. I'm just asking this, you know, to see what y'all was talking about. So I just can't, I don't get people who lie for the littlest things, like the smallest things in the world. What is the point of lying? And another thing I can't stand is a guy who's always like, oh, on my mama's, on God, on this, on that. Stop putting things on that. Like, that goes with the lying thing. Like, oh no, I wasn't with her, on my mama's, I swear, da da da. First of all, stop swearing on people. Like, I can't stand that. Another turn off that I literally just thought of is a guy who knows he has money and is always putting it on social media. Like, oh, in his snaps, he was always like smoking a blunt and like throwing those hundreds out. Like, for what? We get it, you have money. Why show off your money so much? Like, come on, it's because when you get robbed, then what? Alright, y'all, so that's it for this video. Make sure y'all like this video, comment down below what else y'all want to see from me, and I'm gonna make it happen. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to make that bell ring. That way y'all will get notified every time I upload a new video. So I'll see y'all guys next time, and thanks for watching. Bye.